you seen the progression of people that were still using but want to get straight, and then the people that were straight helping others, and I was like, that's a place for me.
Well, James, thanks first of all for agreeing to meet with me here today.
That's all right.
So could we begin by getting a bit of background to yourself?
Well, my name's James Grubb. I live in Kirkcaldy all my life. I've had quite a hard upbringing, but that everybody was grown up like me back then, so you didn't really think anything was different. But then I got to 10-year-old, and that's when I started using drugs, and then the progression took me from gas and glue to heroin and cocaine and every other thing.
What problems did you find getting into this stage? Like, what were your biggest difficulties you had to overcome to get to this phase?
Well, basically, when I started recovery, I was 3 years in my house, no going out, and I needed to come out. And so for me, it was just walking in the door that was hard for me, because I was like sort of frightened, because I hadn't had any contact with anybody in like 3 years. And then the first time that I came to Phoenix, when I came in the door, everybody was really nice to me, and that's what made me come back, because they were all in the same place as me. Some were worse than me, and some were totally straight. It was good because you seen the progression of people that were still using but want to get straight, and then the people that were straight helping others, and I was like, that's a place for me.
So that was the main sort of problem that you found, the main sort of stumbling block. What did you find was the biggest help that has brought you to where you are just now?
Just the camaraderie here, because everybody goes through problems in recovery, but when I talk to somebody that's went through my sort of stuff, it doesn't sound weird. They understand me better than my doctor or anybody that's no been in that same hole. It's definitely just the people that come in Phoenix and adapt. They've been beneficial.
Do you think there could have been anything in place that could have helped you more in finding your way into the recovery stage?
Well, I actually got help from my drug worker, because she knew that I was determined to get straight. So she actually told me about Phoenix and Resto right at the start, because for all the years that I've been in active addiction, nobody told me about anything. I didn't ken about CA or Phoenix. I didn't ken about anything like that. So I would think that there's got to be somebody to tell you about this more.
For people that are in recovery, what do you think are the biggest risks to relapse, and what sort of things could cause that?
Everybody's different. Again, because what can make me relapse, somebody else wouldn't do that. So that's a hard question, because everybody is totally different. Once you get clean, it's even harder in a way, because now you've got your emotions and stuff like that you've never felt for years and years and years. So I really didn't think I can answer that question, because everybody is different. Since I've been in recovery, I've lost somebody in recovery, and I didn't use. I went to the crematorium, and then I actually was able to grieve, not just as soon as I'm there, I'm going to use. That shows me that I'm in the right frame of mind.
So where do you see yourself going now? What goals do you have?
Well, I've recently got a job with Phoenix, so I'm going to be at a trainee addiction worker, and that's brilliant because I didn't think anybody would give me a job, but maybe they can see something in me, so it's all onwards and upwards for me. For 35 years I've been on drugs, and the next 35 years is helping people get off drugs and help people, just actually helping people. My life now is brilliant, and I'm working to grow me as a better person, so that's it.